anybody else that's keeping things for us. So, lining up for the first jam of this game, we're going to have Curb Stompin' Coleshaw going up against Mac Daddy. Mac Daddy in the purple for the Sugar Skulls, Curb Stompin' Coleshaw in the black for the Mindfox, and she's going to take that lead jam. Curb trying to find some space on the outside, gets knocked out. Gonna reset it though.
Just gonna
get
slip
through that
and
pack, haul it off.
Just in time. Big old goose egg for the Pile of Bones Sugar Skulls.
So with that, we're gonna start the game. First jam, Mindfox gonna put 2 up on the score. Sugar Skulls not able to grab any on that first one. Bad Brat now for the Sugar Skulls going up against QT Sly for the Mindfox. Both Cutie Sly and Bad Brat knocked to the inside, forced to reset.
Both teams putting up strong defense. Bad Brat will slip through and grab that lead.
Back skating with a little bit of speed here as both the jammers are trying to catch up. You can feel the wind as they come around that track.
So breezy. This isn't Olympic speed skating, people, though I could see how you might make that mistake. I think that's the fastest jam I've seen in a decade.
Bad Brad was able to pour on the coals a little bit, caught up to that pack, grabbed 2 more points. So that's going to bring that score now tied 2-2. Mad Eye Millie now going up, with the pivot stripe on. And I can't see the pivot stripe for the shirt. Oh, there it is. But I can't see the number.
I assume somebody is wearing it.
It looks like 707 Piper.
Mac Daddy out and rolling, grabs that lead.
Pack not skating quite as fast this time as Mac Daddy was able to jump into that pack.
Mac Daddy will pick up a penalty just before the whistle, meaning Reign of Terror is going to start with a power start.
And Hang 11, our head ref for this one, blowing the whistle for a official review.
Looks like the rest were just checking their math, confirming points from the last jam. Mindfox rushing back at the whistle to try to force a split pack.
Looks like we're going to have a multiplayer block called on 707 Piper. As Reign of Terror is still trying to get past. Finds a little bit of room, throwing her hips out there on the inside of the line. Gives lead jam. Speed picked up, Mac Daddy back on the track. Reign of Terror listening to the coach calling that one down. So that one's going to go scoreless. Both teams. Now Sugar Skulls 1 up, 5 Mindfox 4. 26 minutes remaining in the first period. 4 jams taking place.
If these first couple of jams are any indication, I think we're going to see, number one, a lot of speedy jams, so maybe button up your sweater in case you get chilled by the wind, but also a lot of nickel and diming strategy, a lot of hit it and quit it. Grab your 5 and call it off.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're necessarily moving for the big rack 'em up at this point. Of course, if you are looking to rack some stuff up, Alchemy Collective has some absolutely awesome stuff you can check out. Alchemy meaning the magical process or procedure of transforming something ordinary into something amazing. Alchemy Clothing and Salon is a unique fusion of artistry and style, a collaboration of fashion, design, hairstylists, tattoos, and piercings. And they're located downtown at 615 2nd Avenue North. With that whistle now, Bad Brand gonna go up against Curb, Snop, and Coleshaw.
Number 34, Bad Brand.
Bad Brand able to find some space on the outside just before that first corner. However, it's a cut track penalty. That means that Curb now has the power jam.
That gave Curb the opportunity to grab that lead jam status. Twist her way out the front of that pack.
Curb doing a little bit of that fancy backwards spinning kind of skate move she does.
It's almost as if she used to be a figure skater or something.
Almost, maybe a little bit. Bad Brand back on the track now. Goes up against that wall, Tidbit and Naughty. Getting some help from Abolisher, Misbehaving in there, Mad Eye Millie as well. Mish with a big stand up there against Bad Brand. Pushes her out to the outside of the track. I did see a hand signal for an illegal contact, but I'm not sure who or what. Looks like it was Misbehaving that's going to go sit in the penalty box now. The Mindfox able to grab 13 points on that one. Sugar Skulls remain at 5, 24 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Speaking of old school derby, the pack is lining up at the pivot line.
Mac Daddy with a little shove right off the start. There's Cutie takes the inside line. Rocket and Bellavon Bastard going into that second corner with Mac Daddy able to bust her way past the two of them.
Mac Daddy slipped her way out the front to pick up that lead.
Cutie with a little bit of a tumble there in the second corner. Sugar Skulls issued a penalty, losing Teja Vu. Cutie through the pack now. Rocket, Skidlet, and Bellavon Bastard now set up, trying to stop Mac Daddy, forcing them to the inside of the track where they're going to call that one off. Able to grab another 4 points.
Mindfox calling for their official review.
And of course, if we're talking about official reviews, that makes me think of our fine bearded referees in the center there. One of them, Hang 11, happens to be a regular at Bourbon Barbershop. Of course, along with them, they also get a lot of their gear from Al Anderson's Source for Sports. They happen to be sponsoring our track this year. They provided us with the materials to set up our tracks, games, and practices. And trust me, when they say they know their stuff, they mean it.
The official review was that the Mindfox were looking for a cut track to be assessed against the Sugar Skulls. However, it has been denied. No cut track has been assessed. Curbstomp from Colshaw up against Sarah Seidel. Curbstomp from Colshaw makes quick work of that pack and hops on through to grab lead.
A little bit of speed there as they went into the second corner. Sarah Seidel's able to get through for their initial pass as Curb does a little low down flyby there on the outside.
Dip, dive, and duck.
Able to grab 4 on that one. Whistled down. So with that 4, the Mindfox now up to 21. The Sugar Skulls at 9, 22 minutes and 30 seconds in this first half. Bad Brand lined up now against Reina Terror. Purple Wall sitting right on that jammer line. Reina's pushing through. Bad Brand able to find a little bit of room there on the outside. Gets through for lead.
Reina Terror still getting scrambled like eggs in the middle of that pack.
Bella, Rocket, and Skidlet working to hold back Bad Brand as they're able to get through, grabbing 5. And a couple penalties being assessed. Back block to Rocket and a low block to Bella. That's going to start a little bit short-staffed now for the Mindfox. Sugar Skull's able to grab 8 on 9. 10, 11, 12. I can count. 9 for the Sugar Skulls, so that's going to bring their score to 18. The Mindfox going to remain at 21.
We got Pterodactyl and Mac Daddy on the line. Pack advantage going to the Sugar Skulls.
Ruby Rawbones Piper out there along with Nuts.
Mishbehavin and Tidbit giving her a run for her money at the top, but she'll find a way through and pick up that lead jam.
Sailing Bitchcraft also out there in that pack for the Sugar Skulls as it's getting a little bit spread out. Salem Bitchcraft was issued a penalty. Looks like joining another one of the Sugar Skulls as they're 2 down in the penalty box.
Pack and Jammers alike speeding up.
Sugar Skulls able to grab 5 on that one as they passed Pterodactyl. Terror able to grab 4 of their own on that one. Tidbit going in for a big hit. Not quite there as Nuts comes in and gets Tidbit. That one's going to get called down. Pterodactyl able to get through, grabs 4 more points just before the whistle's blown. With that now, Sugar Skulls grab 10 on that one, bringing their score to 28. Mindfox's 8 picked up on that jam, brings them 29. We're 1 point difference after 9 jams, 19 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first half.
Sarah Settle and Colshaw on the line. Colshaw off the line and out the front, grabbing lead.
As the penalty box is empty now, both teams back to full strength on the track. Failure to reform penalty issued to a Sugar Skulls. That's going to lose them 1 as Curbstomp and Colshaw is able to grab 4 points.
Another lovely nickel and dime by the Mindfox.
That's Teja Hu that's going to be sitting for the next 30 or so seconds.
Cutie Sly and Bad Brand in the stars.
Piper, Nuts, and Ruby Rawbones on the
Tidbit with an octopus across the room. Just looks like a poltergeist just threw her.
use the force.
The track may or may not be haunted.
Mindfox set up there in that tripod, trying to hold back the Sugar Skull's jammer. Mad Eye up on them toe stops. Abolishers trying to give a little bit of help there. Still able to get through and grab 5 points. Cutie Sly able to get through, completes their initial pass. Bad Brown's going to roll through, grab those 4 points, and then call that one off before Cutie can catch back up to the pack.
Just a couple quick go rounds, pick up some points, and let's take a break.
Of course, playing a quick game of derby like this means we're going to go through a lot of water, so a big thank you to Culligan. They are our water people. Of course, they keep all our skaters hydrated at all of our home games. They've been a sponsor for a few years, and we really appreciate all the good tasting H2O. Along with that's a forearm penalty to 5-6. So that's a jammer down for the Sugar Skulls. That means the Mindfox now have a power jam. So get cheer for the Mindfox. Make some noise.
Make some noise for Curb Stomp and Coleshaw, which takes advantage of this power jam, looking to extend that gap, make some points on the board.
Takes a good hit there by number 6, McKillia, but she's able to spin around it. Not quite getting through as number 711 Scarlet comes in and knocks her around. Mindfox trying to set up a little bit of offense. That was quick. I didn't even see Mac Daddy back on the track, but able to get around. Curve able to grab 5 more points when that one is called off. Not only were we talking about nickel and diming and speed earlier, it's going to be, at any rate, a very close game as once again we're within 1. The Mindfox 38, Sugar Skulls 37. 16 minutes remaining, jam 12.
Well-matched set of teams, nice tight game. Could still go any direction. But right now, the direction is another power jam for the Mindfox. Reign of Terror on the track, looking to put some points on the board. Sugar Skull's jammer taking a breather in the sin bin.
Reign of Terror skates around Ruby Rawbones, then around Nuts. Grabs that lead jammer designation as both teams reform for their strategic maneuvering. Misbehaving goes in there and knocks up that tripod of Ruby Rawbones, Piper, and Nuts, allowing Reign of Terror to get through. And a cut track penalty issued to a Sugar Skull. They're going to lose 36. Salem Bitchcraft.
Piper with a gentle nudge to the outside to knock Reign of Terror out.
Sarah Seidel back on the track, was able to complete a pass, so that's going to set her up to try and make some points, but Reign is going to call that one off before they can get past any hits.
Listening from the instructions from Coach McQuack, he counted that one down, just watched as they rode in. 3, 2, 1, call it. Coleshaw and Bad Brand once again facing off.
Sugar Skull's going to start this one short-staffed. 2 blockers on the track. Salem Bitchcraft returns, 3 on the track. Jammer off the track. That's going to provide Curb Stomp and Coleshaw with another power jam.
Just because it's Coleshaw, do you know what they call a power jam in Montreal?
Not a clue.
A super jam!
is going to switch now as curb stop and Colshaw has been issued a penalty, which means Bad Brand is going to be released. Of course, in the game of Derby, you have to have a jammer on the track, which means if the first jammer to the penalty box serves 10 seconds and the second jammer goes in, that means the second jammer only has to serve those 10 seconds as there's a bit of a calamity pile-up.
A little bit of speedy chaos happening in the pack.
And Roar, what happens if both jammers end up in the penalty box?
Spreading her out around 2 corners, getting so fast. Nice and breezy.
Mindfox going to lose their pivot, having already lost one of their blockers, Skidlet.
We are going to go for the full 2 because both jammers did take a trip to the box. No lead for anybody.
Bella trying to go one-on-one. Curb taking a trip to the inside.
Hope she brings me back a postcard. And that's 2.
A full 2 minutes on that one. Sugar Skull's able to capitalize, grabbing 19 points, and this time we're not even one apart. We are tied now, 56 even, after 14 jams. Just under 12 minutes left now.
City of Saskatoon Sask Lottery's Community Grant Program is helping SRDL bring people together through sport. We appreciate this grant funding, which allows SRDL to invest in the health, wellness, and self-fulfillment of our athletes in our community.
Mac Daddy winning the lottery on that one, getting through for the lead jam as Cutie Sly's getting rocked around a little bit there, coming through the second corner. Sugar Skull's going to lose their pivot. That's the player with the big white stripe on their helmet. White stripe, red stripe, the stripe. Tidbit and Rocket going in there to set up on Mac Daddy. Cutie Sly trying to find some space, gets around Salem Bitchcraft, grabs the 4 points. Tidbit gonna line up on Mac Daddy, knocks them to the inside, and they're gonna call that one off after grabbing 1 more point. I think we've seen just about as many jams start now with 1 or 2 players in the penalty box as we have a full track. Sugar Skull's going to start this one short one as Sarah Seidel's going to take the jam. For the Sugar Skulls going alongside Curb Stop and Colshaw for the Mindfox, who's going to take a hit from Deja Vu to the inside. Skidlet's going to return the favor to Sarah Seidel to the inside, but Skidlet's going to receive a penalty.
They must have really good snacks in the penalty box today. Seems like the place to be.
It's a revolving door as now 2 Sugar Skulls are sitting in the penalty box and 2 Mindfox are sitting in the penalty box. This is going to be a very empty track if we keep playing like this.
Curb Stop and Colshaw has lead jam.
Curb able to take a little bit of a grunt and hit past Kryptonite there as Deja Vu resets. Rocket and Bella Von Bastard on the track for the Mindfox setting up. As that one's going to get whistled down. After 16 jams, 9 minutes and 15 seconds left. 66 for the Sugar Skulls, now in the lead. Mindfox, 64.
On top of being one of our longest running sponsors, when our fresh meat gear was stolen, Escape Sports donated skates and helmets to replace what is taken. Escape Sports is located at 110 19th Street East. Check them out for all your derby needs.
They don't just have derby needs. They went in there to get some gear for Autopsy Turvy and They have everything. They have things I didn't even know were things.
I think they just invent new sports.
If they don't, they're finding the people that do, and then they stop it. They had this like all-terrain unicycle. It was amazing.
Yes, it's like magic. And they've got the one that's just a board with a big wheel, the one wheel, and you can just ride it. It's so cool.
I can't skate, I can't skateboard, I couldn't try one wheel, are you kidding me?
Well, you could try it at least once.
I tried it. I got around a track and I flew farther than I skated.
Oh no. We'll keep you safe behind the table. Looks like some stuff is happening. Penalties being assessed, things being challenged and sorted out.
I think the officials are officially officiating the official game, having an official review.
I officially approve that.
It's a very important job the officials have. And of course, if you maybe want to be in the roller derby community, but you're thinking, I'm not that interested in getting, beat up and bruised. We always do need some more officials. We need some NSOs. We even need announcers. So if you like to hear your voice and talk as much as we do, let us know. We're always looking for more people. And actually in the program, there's a few different spots where you can get some information about joining us. So make sure you take a look at that. And if you're looking for something to do, we'd love to have you.
Looks like we're getting ready to start this jam with just a smattering of folks on the track. We got 2 blockers for Regina, 3 for Saskatoon, and 1 jammer. Leading Rain to Terror is starting with the power jam.
Tidbit Naughty's going to knock Bad Brand out of the way, enough for Rain of Terror to get through Grab's lead jam. Bad Brand alongside there with T-Bomb trying to stop Raina Terrors. Raina gets a little bit of offensive help there from Misbehaving and Saskatchewan. Getting knocked out to the inside. Piper's going to set up to try and keep Raina from getting back. Piper goes across the track, knocks Raina Terror out to the outside this time. Bad Brand's going to keep Raina from getting in close to that pack.
Both jammers having trouble in the back, getting knocked around.
It's funny, not that long ago that pack was getting spread out between the 2 corners, and all of a sudden it's just clumped together, one entity.
Either you play where everybody is touching everybody or nobody is touching anybody. It's one or the other. Terra's found her way out the front.
A very evenly matched defensive teams here, as both those jammers took quite a while to get through on this last pass. It's amazing what happens when both teams have all of their players on the track.
And it looks like Raina called it just in time. She picked up 4 more just before the Sugar Skulls could pick up any.
So the Mindfox grabbing 9 there. That's going to bring them to 73. The Sugar Skulls 66. After 17 jams, 7 minutes, 21 seconds in this first half remaining, as it looks like we do have a pause of some sort. I wasn't sure if it was an official review or a timeout. Of course, if you are looking at getting into roller derby, or maybe you're in roller derby and you need new gear, Bad Girlfriend Skates are a brick and mortar roller skate shop in Morinville, Alberta. Been in business since 2009. The owner, Bucci, has been involved in roller derby since 2006 and helped build the sport across Canada, including helping SRDL get started. A wonderful, wonderful group of people. You can check out their website at say www anymore. Unless I
Nobody
read it.
says www anymore.
Anyways, you can check their website out at www.badgirlfriendskates.com for all your derby gear needs.
I lied. Only my grandfather says www anymore. Hang 11 having a quick huddle with the coaches and captains of both teams. Looks like after much discussion, a penalty has been assessed to number 24, Misbehavin'. She'll start this jam in the penalty box.
Just make sure when you're announcing number 2 for Misbehavin', it's Misbehavin', not Misbehaving.
She's too cool for the G.
Pterodactyl working, trying to get through there. Getting stuck up there by Deja Vu, who's getting help from the pivot now for the Sugar Skulls. As Kryptonite setting up there along side. Scarlet's trying to get some help in there as well. And that's McKillia with the pivot strike for the Sugar Skulls as Terror takes a tumble.
Does a little somersault out of the pack.
Mish, Skidlet, Rocket, and Bella Von Bastard out there blocking for the Mindfox. Mac Daddy jamming for the Sugar Skulls back on the track. Gets through for the initial. Pterodactyl able to get through for their first pass. That gives them lead jam. Getting down to 5 minutes, 45 seconds remaining as we're going to go into this jam now with Curb Stomping Coleshaw and Bad Brand. Sugar Skulls starting one down. Curb trying to find some room on that purple wall, but not really getting far as that tripod kind of swallowed her up. Bad Brand trying to get through the black force there of the Mindfox. Looking to get some space on the outside.
Both sets of blockers playing some strong defense.
But don't get too excited as Curb Stomping Coleshaw was issued a cut track. That's going to give the power jam now for the Sugar Skulls. This is where if you're cheering for the Sugar Skulls, you got to cheer loud as Bad Brand's got their chance to rack up some points.
Polisher holding her in place. Tidbit Naughty's lining her up. Takes a couple of shots.
Mish going in for a hit. Polisher gives Mish a little bit of a shove for some teamwork effort there. Not quite enough as Sugar Skulls able to grab another 5 points with that pass.
Roller derby, one of the few sports where you're encouraged to push your friends around.
Curb Stomping Coleshaw takes a nice little butt check there to the outside by number 406 T-Bomb.
Tidbit with the nudge, and that's just one nudge too many. Bad Brand's gonna call it off.
Bad Brand grabbing another 3 points on that last pass. That's gonna bring Sugar Skulls 8 points up on that one. 74 now, Mindfox 73. We have been within probably 5 points average between each jam. That's it.
At most. Usually we're within 1 to 2. Just keeping it tight. Tight like a toiga.
That's exciting. So 19 jams in 3 minutes and 35 seconds. in this half. 74 for the Sugar Skull, 73 for the Mindfox. As the Sugar Skulls are going to come out in front on this one. Mac Daddy, lead jammer. Cutie Sly jamming for Mindfox, trying to get in. Mac Daddy's going to get through, grab 5 points.
Cutie Sly went for that apex jump, didn't quite stick it. She's got to go back around the corner and try again.
Deja vu not making life very easy for Cutie there, as there was a bit of a falling mess there, pile up on that corner.
Number 6, McKillia, giving her a couple of shots out the front, but the pack is broken. She's got to let her go.
Rocket and Skidlet going for Mac Daddy. They're trying to stop them from getting past, but they're going to get through, grabbing another 4 points. Cutie with a big hit from McKillia, knocked to the outside of that track just before that first corner.
She took an extra second getting up. I think she felt that one.
Yeah, that purple set of blockers on this jam have really been knocking Cutie around as Skidlet tried to knock over Mac Daddy, who was able to get through, grabs 5 more points. Mac Daddy knocked down on that one, calls that off. As we were just saying about having a close score, Sugar Skull's going to capitalize on that jam, grabbing 19, 20, 21 to bring them to 95. The Mindfox grabbing 3 for that one, leaving them at 76.
Bringing us to our biggest point spread of the game and possibly one of our highest scoring jams as well.
Bad Brand and Curb stomping Colshaw. Both jammers getting stuck at the perspective wall. Perspective.
Curb stomping Colshaw grabs that lead.
Looks like one of the Sugar Skulls have lost 30 seconds of their time as they're going to go sit in the penalty box.
That was nuts, picking up a cut track.
Curb's going to grab some points on that one and then she's not going to whistle it down, she's going to call it. The officials are going to whistle it down. So that'll bring the Mindfox up 4 to 80.
She's going to politely ask her jam ref if you would please to be so kind as to call it off. That'd be great.
Please.
At your soonest convenience. Raina Terra and Sarah Seidel up on the line.
That pack starting very tight together this time. Sarah Seidel looking for space. A little bit of a hop and a skip on the inside. Going to get through, grab that lead jam. As Raina's going to find some breathing room in that second corner to get out and complete their initial pass. Here's that speed we saw earlier in this first half as the pack skates faster on that track.
Looking like it's a race. And now it's not only speed skating, but synchronized. Did you see that sweet, sweet tomahawk stop by like the entire Mindfox line right at the pivot? Beautiful.
Listening close for that no pack call, making sure they're all stopping and
We're back.
Hello, hello.
I've got a new friend at the table with me.
Hi, everyone. I'm Deathnella. And we are here to watch the second half of the Saskatoon Mindfox taking on the Regina Sugar Skulls.
We got Mac Daddy heading up against her stopping Colshaw to start us off.
Oh, and that line of Mish Tidbit and Mehmet Millie is really tough there.
Kurt's gonna duck under a hip check to make it through for lead jam.
Meanwhile, the action there on turn 2 is picking up quick as Mac Daddy gets past Tidbit Naughty.
Herb slipping through on the outside. I don't think they saw her slip on through.
Herb looking cool as she always does, picking up her 4 points. Feeling mighty fine about that. Now, Roar, we were talking before this. I'm going to be moving to Regina soon. So right now, this game, we're going to play it all out there. Whoever wins, you get me.
You must play for her favor.
Play for my favor. No one's listening, so that works really well.
It'll sink in later. They'll giggle later. Reign of Terror and Bad Brand on the line.
Reina fighting in the back of the pack there against that purple line.
Bad Brand struggling it out front. Will pop through and grab lead.
For those of us joining, or for those of you joining the action right now in the stands, this is Flat Track Roller Derby you're watching. Your Saskatoon home team in black, but it's Bad Brand in purple picking up 5 points. And that was a fast pack, but Bad Brand gets through another 4 points. Reign of Terror, crowd goes wild, 4 points.
Little skip over the apex there for Reign of Terror, making it look easy.
And getting the word from her coach to call the jam, and picks up 1 point for that effort there on that last scoring pass. Sugar Skulls with 10 on that last jam, Mindfox with 4. And only a 30-point gap.
Which is our biggest gap this game. Up until now, we've managed to keep it within 2 to 5 points, but over the last couple jams, we are spreading it out. Still, could go to either team.
And Rory, you know as well, the history between these two teams, back and forth, they are a fierce matchup.
Since the dawn of time, which was about 11 years ago.
And Curve out front with lead. Moving so fast, while Mac Daddy also out of the pack.
He's a race.
Tries to do the beam dip low to get around turn 2. Calls the jam.
From the floor. Sometimes the hardest part of roller derby is just getting back up.
That's definitely the hardest part.
Your legs feel like 2 bags of cement. You gotta stand back up, keep skating.
I bet you have to just practice. Knock down, get up. Knock down, get up.
So many burpees. I think that's what roller derby is just high-speed burpees.
Reign of Terror out there in black with the star. Bad Brand out in purple with the star. And there's a forearm call on Bad Brand. And a power jam now for our lead jammer, Reina.
Gets that power jam just in time as she shot out the front of the pack. On the hunt for some points.
We were just talking about that point differential. Now's the time to try to make up that difference if possible.
Make some noise for Reign of Terror as she looks to close that gap. Cheer her on, get her rolling.
She got 4 points on that scoring pass and no earned pass on that one. Bad Brand up against Rocket, Sasky, and Skitlet. Gets by, gets bumped in on turn 2.
Reign of Terror is going to pick up 5 and call it. Just in time, leaving a nice big goose egg for the Sugar Skulls.
And they were able to use that power jam situation to get 9 points there, putting Mindfox at 99, Sugar Skulls at 108.
Close that gap to 11 points. Took pretty good advantage of that power jam, using exactly what it's for.
We've got Pterodactyl out in black. Mac Daddy on the line for Regina. nice hit by Deja Vu on Pterodactyl.
Some bumping and smashing going on in the middle of that pack.
Both jammers getting pushed, one to the outside, one to the in. Having to cycle back behind to stay legal.
Deja Vu with a big shoulder on Pterodactyl at the front of the pack.
We do want to take a moment to thank our medical staff. That's who came out here to help our skater get better. She's going to take a rest now for at least 3 jams. And that's the signal that the skaters are going to come back. We'll start our next jam.
Game on. We got curb stomping Colshaw, and it looks like Bad Brand. And the Stars racing around the track. Curb stomping Colshaw did sneak out just ahead of Bad Brand to grab that lead jam status.
And the pack speeding up, seeing that a lot this game, Roar. Lots of speed. These two teams knowing how to balance out their strategies with the jammers who are out there. And just a quick note on the hit that happened in the first jam. The contact was well. The jammer was in the air, so it was quite a hard hit. And as I mentioned earlier, she will be sitting down for a minimum of 3 jams. Reign of Terror in black up against Bad Brand in purple with a star.
That's Bad Brand with the lead.
Both teams back up to full strength there with the pack.
Reign of Terror dodging around Kryptonite out the front of the pack.
Squeaks right by. And we have a back block call on Bad Brand.
You know what that means. Power jam for Reign of Terror. There's an 11-point gap. Do you think she can do it? Make some noise if you think she can close that gap.
Yeah, if there's ever a time to cheer for your team, no matter if it's Saskatoon or Regina, now is the time. 5 points for Reign of Terror.
Deja Vu says no dice, knocks her to the inside.
A big drag back by Makilia. And that'll slow down any type of point scoring there for Saskatoon. While Van Brand is right in, impacting on that pack, pushing through that wall of Mish. And Tidbit gets by. And it looks like we are going the full 2 minutes for this jam with no lead.
Uh-oh, Reina. We did see her touching her hips, which normally in jammer speak means call it off, but guess what? It only works if you lead, and we don't have one of those today.
And sometimes when your coach yells things at you, you're just going to do it anyway, even if
you trust your coach. Mad-Eye Millie and Tidbit giving Bad Brown some trouble at the back just at the whistle.
A very close jam there. Mindfox with 11 points on that one. Sugar Skulls with 8. So Mindfox now sitting back only 6 points. As we said earlier, guys, if you are here to cheer on your hometown SRDL Mindfox, now is the time to cheer. Or the Regina Sugar Skulls, let them know you're here. Let them know you're having fun. Sarah Seidel out.
Curbshaw making huge leaps through the pack. Bounding on through.
Just getting by Ruby Rawbones there as the foremost blocker, but there's a track cut call on Sarah Seidel.
It's a power jam to Colshaw. Oh, and another 2-minute jam.
That was a nice little
apex
blocker
by
apex
Scarlett.
there.
You don't see blockers do that too often.
No, that was really great little move there by Scarlett, but Curb gets by, and that is a forearm call.
She's gonna trade places with Sarah Seidel.
So we'll do a little do-si-do roundabout, whatever you want to call it, with the jammers in the penalty box. Sarah Seidel out now.
I mean, if we're gonna go the full 2, you might want to take a small breather. Just take turns a little, catch your breath.
That's totally a roar, I'm sure.
That's definitely how this works. Skidlet taking a trip to the penalty box.
You see a little bit of an offensive
Rocket
tactic
and
there.
Bella Von Bastard causing some trouble at the front of the pack.
But they get pushed to the limit and they get a out of play call. That was actually on Piper from Regina. And now it's just a race for points, both needing to play out this jam.
Just a few seconds left. Let them know you're there for them.
Lots of whistles. Those mean penalties, and that's right, a blocker from each team off to the penalty box. And we'll see how that jam shook up there. Mindfox with 11, Sugar Skulls with 9, so it did narrow the gap, Roar, even a little bit more. Sugar Skulls right now 125 and only 4 points behind. That's one scoring pass.
They're sneaking up.
Mindfox with 121. Bad Brand, Reign of Terror.
We still have 18 minutes left to play.
So much derby, Roar, so much derby.
Reign of Terror, Mad Brand.
Big hit by Deja Vu. It was a no earned pass, so she's allowed to get by. The pack still working to keep Bad Brand back. Tippett Naughty, Mad-Eye Millie. Meanwhile, Reina in now on her scoring pass.
And while Reina did get out first, she didn't pick up that lead due to the no point, no pass you saw Kurtz doing there.
All right, and that ended up netting Mindfox with 5 points and 3, I believe, for the Sugar Skulls. All right, so just itching closer. Sugar Skulls now at 128, Mindfox 126.
Keep them close.
Give it up for these skaters right now, everybody. We're going into almost the last quarter of the game. Now it's time to keep the energy up.
That's Pterodactyl with the lead jam status out front. Mac Daddy keeping it close. Ooh, went for the apex. She did not stick
it, but we'll see what the decision was there. So I do believe Black 2-1, that's Pterodactyl, is getting a penalty for skating out of bounds at the end of that jam. What that means is, of course, you have to be hit to go out. You can't skate out to avoid a hit.
You can't just bail.
Yeah. And the people who have the best eyes on that are our incredible referees. Can we please get a round of applause for our officials today? Because without them, we would not have this game right now.
We had a power jam start for, I believe it's Bad Brand.
Oh, and Teja Fu with a good offensive block there on Misbehavin'. Bad Brand now working up against that black line. And it's a tough one. We've got Mad Eye, Tidbit, Bali, and Mish out there.
Reina Terror is busted out of the sin bin and snuck through the pack to complete her initial pass.
Yeah, really effective way of using the speed and the advantage of coming out of the penalty box. Because there is an advantage where they don't always see you coming. They don't always know what's going on. And then you can gain that speed.
Yeah, if you've got that half a track lead time to just pick it up and find your space. Smart move.
All right, now we're seeing the matchup of Sarah Seidel and Reina Terror. These two were teammates on Team Canada JRDA in the World Cup this summer. So I think they know a little bit about one another.
Just a smudge. And that's Sarah Seidel out front with the lead. The pack having not even crashed past the pivot line.
Yeah, and they were so busy working on that offensive play. Sarah Seidel able to get by on the inside and pick up those 5 points.
Sarah's going to call it just before Reina Terror has a chance to pick anything up.
And Sugar Skulls making good on keeping their lead just a little bit further away from the Mindfox. Sugar Skulls with 6 points on that jam, 138 to 126. And this is very, very close and dirty. I just want everybody who maybe hasn't watched a game out there, and I know there's a few of you, thanks, by the way, for joining us in the second half of this incredible game.
Cole Shaw and Mac Daddy in the stars. Mitch taking a penalty, Mac Daddy dragged to the back. Cole Shaw dragged to the back. We like to drag people to the back.
Yeah, it's a really effective way to slow them down, and it worked this time around. Sugar Skull's able to get out ahead with the lead. The Curb is out too on her initial. And Curb manages to get by with 1 point on that, and we're looking at the call for the Regina Jammer. We're just waiting on that. If you're wondering how we're keeping score, you see the lovely, well, there's plenty of gentlemen in stripes, but the one with the finger up, that's the 1 point that Curb got. So he's counting Curb's points, the other Jammer counts.
I was going to say the one with the beard, but that narrows it down not at all.
No.
And it looks like Mac Daddy's going to take a penalty at the whistle for the same thing. I think it was Reina took earlier, the skating out of bounds. Again, you can't bail. You can only go out if you're hit out.
All right, that leaves Reina Terra with a power start opportunity off the line here. A chance for the SRDL Mindfox to use some offensive play right off the hop. We'll see how that works. The Regina defensive line really strong. Reina out by turn 2 though.
She's only got 11 points spread between the two, so make some noise for her. Help her close that gap again.
Coming up against Ruby Rawbones, Piper. That is a tough line. Reina not able to stay inbounds on that one and gets cut in on the curve there.
Piper with a shoulder shot right to the sternum, knocking Reina Terra back.
And Mac Daddy able to get by quite easily on that. And Reina decides to keep her 5 points, shut out Regina there, and it looks like Mindfox is inching closer now in the 132, only 6 points behind the Sugar Skulls. We have some veteran jammers out there. Bad Brand with the purple star. Curb, Stompin' Colshaw in black.
Curb Stompin' Colshaw tap dancing out the front as she loses her balance and gets dragged to the back. Meanwhile, Bad Brand's going to take a penalty, leaving Colshaw in a power jam situation. She only needs 6 points to close this gap. 2 quick passes to take the lead. Looking for the t-shirt whip off of Mish. Box empties out and everyone's back in play. Spoke too soon. Curb Stomp in the box.
And so that means a 2-minute jam. Jams cannot go any longer than 2 minutes. And when there's no lead, well, it goes all the way to the end of that clock.
And with how speedy these packs have been and how few jammers, like we're cycling through like 3 jammers per team, the cardio on these women.
Oh yeah. Cardio, strength, everything that it takes to be a fantastic derby skater. These ladies have it.
One might say they're the total package. Bad Brand twisting out the front to pick up some more points. That'll give her 5.
But there's Curb with another 5 to answer that. And that's the jam. We end with Regina picking up 4 more points on that scoring pass. 3 for SRDL. So, wow, 1 point difference in terms of that jam right there. So Sugar Skulls at 152, Mindfox at 145.
Bad Girlfriend Skates is a brick and mortar skate shop in Morinville, Alberta, in business since 2009. They are staffed by all roller derby girls and cater to all leagues as well as recreational skaters. The difference between Bad Girlfriend Skates and other derby shops is they have stock. Lots of it. Check them out at badgirlfriendskates.com for all your derby gear needs.
And you know what? Bad Girlfriend is fantastic. They've been to so many of our games this season. But also, if you are in town, right here in Saskatoon, we're fortunate enough to have Escape Sports. And they've been sponsoring SRDL for a number of years. They are our only local roller derby gear shop and are very knowledgeable. I got all my fresh meat gear there. Escape Sports, your alternate sporting goods store with a large variety from disc golf to Nordic skiing, mountain boarding, and slacklining. They are your one-stop shop for all things sports.
I actually have a problem with them. Is I own too many of their clothing. I have 5 Escape hats.
Wow.
And a bunch of their t-shirts and sweaters, and I often go there for lunch to drift. and I will be walking up and realize I am wearing at least 4 pieces of Escape Sports clothing.
Amazing.
I'm like their walking billboard.
Exactly. I hope you're wearing something from them tonight. Maybe?
I purposely switched out my hat.
Ah, okay. How's everyone up there doing right now? Yeah! Woohoo! It's so great to see everyone out there. Reminder that our merchandising, our SRDL merchandise is out there. And this will be the last time it's out there for the season, but it's not your last chance. If you ever get the itch to maybe get some Christmas presents in the form of SRDL merchandise, give us a message on our Facebook page, all right? That's Saskatoon Roller Derby League. We are so happy to get you in our gear any time of the year.
Looks like the official review was denied.
Pterodactyl in black, Sarah Seidel in purple. She takes out her own teammate there, but it looks like a track cut call on Pterodactyl has her sitting out the first 30 possibly.
It's a power jam for Sarah Seidel. We saw Bella Von Bastard chase her at the front of the pack. Skidlet will pick up a penalty, leaving both sets of blockers down to 3 apiece.
Just a tough Sugar Skulls wall there for Pterodactyl, but Sarah Seidel as well, trying to work through the black pack. And Sarah Seidel is through, picking up 5 points there. That extra lap point on the jammer. Sarah Seidel pushing up against that Mindfox line. The skaters will return to their benches. This is standard derby to have the skaters return to their bench. And everybody cheer as the skater gets up. That's Pterodactyl with the SRDL Mindfox. The rules of derby: if gameplay is stopped for an injury, as it just was, the injured skater must sit for at least 3 jams. Because everything that is in derby is done for the safety of the skater, the safety of our officials. Right now, those officials are just reviewing what exactly happened, figuring out if there's penalties to be assessed. But it looks as though playing will continue. So we'll be starting this next jam with 3 blockers each out on the track. Cutie Sly jamming for Saskatoon Roller Derby League's Mindfox. Mac Daddy out for the Sugar Skulls.
A little bit of domino action at the back of the pack.
And there was a cut track call on Mac Daddy, and that gives Cutie Sly a chance possibly to make up some points here for the Saskatoon Mindfox.
She's just got to find her way through that strong purple wall. There she goes out the front. Power jam and lead status.
And misbehaving, clearing a path for Cutie Sly to take the apex and pick up 5 points for the Mindfox. Oh, but look at that Mac Daddy.
Snuck out of the box and through the pack.
Does her very famous backward slide move on the inside.
However, that was just her initial pass, so no points. Cutie will call it just in time.
For those watching who are new, you don't earn points the first time you get through the pack. What you're fighting for is lead. So you might not get lead, and then you're fighting for points every scoring pass after that. We have a little over 5 minutes left on the period clock there. So a minimum of that amount of derby still to go.
Colshaw and Bad Brand looking to find a path through the pack. Both having a little bit of trouble.
Really good coverage there by Rocket from the Mindfox. And that allows Curb Stomp and Colshaw to get out with lead.
She took advantage of that momentary no-pack situation. You cannot hit each other when there is a no-pack situation. I mean, you gotta let her go.
But they had to stay scoreless there. That was a strategic move by Curb. They are right now only 11 points apart. Sugar Skulls with a lead at 166. Mindfox 155. 11 points, Roar. That's what, 2 scoring passes possibly? No, that would have to be at least 3, but
at
still.
least 3. I feel like this is Sesame Street. The second half of this game brought to you by the number 11.
Exactly.
Reign of Terror and Mac Daddy looking to put some more points up on that board.
But barely budging on that purple line there. Ruby Rawbones, Piper nuts as well.
Mac Daddy meeting him at the pivot line. She's made quick work of her initial pass.
And a speedy drawback there by Tidbit Naughty. While Reign of Terror gets a cut track penalty assessed to her right as she clears the pack. But still keeping a smile on her face. That's what this is all about, having fun. Winning is fun too.
Big shoulder shove by Abolisher knocks Mac Daddy out.
She takes down Nuts, or rather Nuts sort of took down herself there, but Bolly with the wipeout at least slowing down Mac Daddy there. And there Bolly got knocked out and dragged back herself. Taste of her own medicine a bit. And Reina is left scoreless on that one. We do have a very special announcement, everybody. Please give your attention to Roar.
A very special shout out to Road Rash, one of our refs. He's retiring from roller derby after 5+ years and 150+ games.
Everybody please give it up for Road Rash. He's right there, he's the inside pack ref. He has been tremendous in the derby world. 150 games officiated. And I'm not sure if that official timeout was just so we could keep celebrating, perhaps.
Would be a worthy cause.
Thank you, Road Rash, for everything you've done for both of our leagues, for all the leagues in this province.
The pack's running right out across that whole straightaway. Gives Bad Brand a chance to get through and grab lead.
It also gives a chance for blockers to earn some penalties, which is what happened there. Bellabon, Bastard, and Scarlet both getting sent to the penalty box. And Curb able to beam dip around, standing on the inside, inbounds, picking up 4 points. Those points being matched by Bad Brand.
Bad Brand will call it off after picking up 3 more points.
Right now, the Sugar Skulls, 189, Mindfox, 163. A minute and 10 seconds left on the official score clock, and a timeout called by Coach McQuack. So Roar, I don't know, do we do the announcement again for Road Rash? No, but if you did not hear what we were cheering about earlier, one of our officials is retiring, and our officials work tirelessly. They volunteer to be out there, to be part of this crazy world of Derby.
And if you're somebody who is looking down here and be like, that looks pretty awesome, I think I'd like to do it. We are taking in fresh meat. SRDL is just finishing up their fresh meat intake. Contact them on Facebook for more information. It's completely free. Provides you all the gear you need to get started. 18 plus, all genders, and not just for players. Like I said, future refs, officials, NSOs, no experience or skill required.
Even if you just want to check out roller skating, because really that's what you learn for the first, at least the first half of Fresh Meat is just your basic skating skills. We provide all the gear. It's free. Come on out. It is so much fun. Find us on Facebook, Saskatoon Roller Derby League. We've seen this matchup many times before, many times this season. It's Curb Stompin' Coleshaw and Mac Daddy. And it's Deja Vu with the hit in and the drag back on Curb.
Misbehavior will take a multiplayer block penalty and head to the penalty box.
And it's Mac Daddy out first with the 2 whistles signaling lead. And Curb blasting through.
The pack speeds up, but the jammers go faster. Got about 30 seconds left in this period. Keep making some noise for them. Help them finish strong.
And we have a truck that call on Deja Vu rather. And Makilia stopping Curb in her tracks and dragging her back.
Mac Daddy surfing behind the pack, just watching the score clock for the game trickle down. Once it hit 0, she called it, so you can't have another jam.
And so right now we have an unofficial score. Sugar Skulls 193, Mindfox 171. Either way, can we give it up for all these skaters, please? They have shown you some tremendous roller derby.